start only because it was a question answer session last time. So, so I asked the question, when are we dull? Like people say, na, be focused, Baba. Don't be dull. Dhyan de. Yeah? So I'll just again ask everyone, in which situation you become dull or like dull minded? Obviously, you can't say that oh no, I'm very sharp, I'm always alert, I'm not dull minded. So then you are not a Kali Yuga Jeev, then you are a very transcendental Jeev, especially came here to deliver us. But that might be also the case of some of you, but most of us, we experience this dull mindedness. So you want to share, like, in which situation you feel very dull, like not focus totally. Anyone?
While chanting,
Ah, kya baat hai. Nice. While chanting. Okay. More?
hearing the class.
Ah, hearing in the class right now also.
It is just started.
This is just a start. Yeah. Okay. Anything else? Yes,
Uh,
Mataji.
Maybe when we don't know about something.
Oh, when some topics are above our head.
Yeah,
Hmm. Nice. Especially in maths class.
very true.
In 11th, 12th, trigonometry and interpolation and integration. I don't know, like, I can't remember, but it was so complicated. Like, the more the boxes were increasing and the more the powers were increasing, it was difficult to go, okay, which realm they are going in. Difficult to figure it out. So we become bored, we can say, right? So that's the scenario.
Yeah.
Anything else? Any other situation? Yes, light up
Al-
Bhagavad.
Also, some work that we are not interested in and we have to do at that time, you feel a little bit.
Hmm. Right. So basically, we become dull or bored when we're not interested in, right?
True.
Yeah. So how to develop interest in something? How can we develop interest in something? And sometimes without even knowing about it, we spontaneously develop interest in many of the things, right? Isn't it like if
With
someone offers
pleasure.
us mobile phone and I just go nice videos and we spontaneously like it, even though our time is getting burned. Yeah, the time is running away, it's going out of our hand. But we enjoy that spontaneously without even considering how much time we have spent in that. So some things we like spontaneously, that's okay. Yeah. Everybody has an individual nature and they can like some things and they can dislike something. I won't go into much detail in that case. I'll just ask, but how to develop interest in something? Or is it necessary to develop interest in something? जो अच्छा लगे अंदर से उसको follow करना चाहिए, right? What?
Yes.
Oh, yes. जो अच्छा लगे उसको ही follow करना चाहिए. अच्छा
Not
किसको
always,
लगे देखो.
not always
Not,
true.
not always true, right? Because when we have exam tomorrow and अभी मन कर रहा
You
है
can
कि
develop interest.
it's yes, Prabhu, Vikrant Prabhu.
No, I was just saying, sorry, Prabhu. I was just saying that you can develop interest by
Mhm.
knowledge, by learning things about it. Then you will develop it by knowing
By
that
knowing
thing.
it, how what it's all about, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. And then we can increase it more by making it how much relevant it is to us.
Correct, correct,
And then we can make it more how much beneficial it will be for us if we use it or if we
correct.
really
Yeah, yeah,
focus on that, right?
correct, correct,
So
correct.
that will
How is it
really help us to
impacting our life? Yeah,
yeah, how is it?
impacting.
So why I have to say this developing interest? Because right now whatever we are liking and disliking or accepting and rejecting is all on the mental level, all on the level of mind. I like it, I dislike it. No reason for it. I just dislike it. I also dislike this person. I don't know why, but I just dislike him or her. out of the blue, without any basis. So this is all as per the modes of material nature that we have inhabit, like we have with us naturally by birth. And accordingly, every person has a liking, disliking, but it's in passion. So mostly, most of us are similar only. The flavor changes, but basically the bottom line is all passion and ignorance. This is the situation which we face. So knowledge comes into when knowledge comes into the picture, we try to use our intelligence. Okay, this is beneficial. This is non-beneficial. Even though I like it. When we are a child, we want to put our finger everywhere, everywhere. Even when the fan is running, table fan, we want to put your finger in that also. When you see fire, you want to put your finger in that also. Very inquisitive. Yeah. But we don't have an understanding. Is it good for me or bad for me? We just do that. That's why parents make us understand. This is bad. This is good. So that's why this understanding is very much important. If you do things without understanding, then there is no difference between a human and an animal because animals act on instincts, liking instincts and disliking instincts. But we human should not do that. We have intelligence which is beyond satisfying just our instincts. So that's why knowledge come into picture. So where can we get this knowledge? By taking admission in a very big college, school, is it?
Yeah,
How can we
means
develop this knowledge?
it happens when even when we are joining any class, okay, means in this
Mm-hmm.
mathematics or physics, okay, might be we are not
Mm-hmm.
interested in the beginning, but by
Mm-hmm.
attending more classes and we get means some understanding will be developed, right? Or it sometimes that interest is developed by the speaker also, that the teacher.
That's nice, but if there is no practical application of that understanding, will you be really
Uh-huh.
interested in that?
Means it depends in like
No, like I'm learning something, but there is no practical application for that.
so it happens with the mathematics. There is no practical.
No, that is practical. We are not into that research, that's why we don't know that.
Yes, yes, yes,
But if there is no practical application, we are just doing for namesake.
yes, yes.
Then it's like, oh, why I'm going through all this trouble? होता है first year engineering में, if some of you are from the background. In engineering first year, you are taught everything: computer science, electronics, IT, civil, mechanics, everything is taught to you. Even though your field is different, still you have to go through that. So this is how it happens. Yeah, you have to go through that. So my main thing is like we need to develop proper understanding and where to get that knowledge from. Because whatever we have learned in school and colleges, the understanding that we have got is not knowledge. It's just skills to make you earn some livelihood. It's not making you a person, a better person, or a more refined person. It's just making you how to be a worker in bottom sense, how to work, what to do. Because even though many people they pass out with graduation and many things, but still they use that skills in a different way, depending on their personality or mentality. An engineer can make a bomb and destroy everything. An engineer can develop roads and so many things, depending on the personality or what we can say, the situation of the mind. If we are totally controlled by the mind, manorathena, then we just do what we like and dislike. And if we do with proper understanding, which is based on knowledge, whatever I'm doing, what will be its repercussions or like long term effect of this particular action. He's very discreet. He knows what he's doing. So knowledge makes broadens your awareness or understanding. And knowledge, if it's not relevant to us, then it's not knowledge then, right? Simple. It's just information. Ambani is the richest person in the world or in Asia. Okay. How it's relevant to us? No, in no way it's relevant to us. It's just info. So let me tell you, in your whole day, how much knowledge you are taking and how much information you are taking. Just try to figure that out. Knowledge means which is relevant to you. Info means it's just irrelevant to you. It's just like information. The whole day, or what we can say, whole life, people are just spending in information only. Or we can say, in other words, they are totally into ignorance. Totally into ignorance. Not aware what's happening with them. Just like a goat is eating the grass and it's so engaged in eating the grass. अबे अगला नंबर उसका ही है मतलब शहीद होने का. It's so immersed. उसके सामने उसके बाजू वाले को लेके जा रहे हैं स्लॉटर हाउस में मारने के लिए. It's not worried about that. It's immersed in just eating the grass. Present system in the society, in the education system, is making us like a goat only. Oh, take this success, take this success, do this success. Everything will be nice. They don't know how to handle things. They don't teach us how to really be a person of character with values. They make you trade values just for some small adoration and profit. This is what's being taught to us. And it's all happening due to our, what we say, absent mindedness. We don't even know what our mind is making us do. So, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, which was spoken to Arjuna by Lord Krishna, makes you aware about the mind. What is mind? How to really, like how to treat your mind. So it says in 6th chapter that your mind can be your best friend and your worst enemy. Okay,
Best
how?
friend.
Best friend. Oh, very nice. बच्चों के लिए mind is best friend only because it makes you enjoy and play. But when you grow, like you grow with time, then you realize, oh, not such a nice friend. It makes you do things which are totally wrong, which are totally harmful, totally deteriorating, but still you're forced to do. Forced. Literally forced. And then you realize, oh, it's not my well wisher, it's my enemy. So mine can be your best friend and your worst enemy also. So before, like, okay, let's talk about enemy. Okay, he's my enemy in present situation. How to fight it then? Can you show me where is the mind? Can anyone show me the location of the mind so that I can fight it?
In head.
Okay, let me cut your head and let me see the mind. And the color will be different if it's your friend, and color will be different if it's your enemy. Is it the case? So tell me, where is the mind to fight with it? Is it visible? I'm just asking simple question. It might be simple, but
No, Prabhuji.
it's a thing that you must be thinking about that. Like, where is the mind? You cannot see your enemy. Isn't it more dangerous? If you can see
Right.
your enemy,
Yeah.
it's easy to figure out where it is. If you can't see, then it's more dangerous. Means you wouldn't be able to be like consciously focusing on that. It's subtle. You cannot see it. An interesting thing, it's always with you. Okay, it's my enemy, I can go away from him. I don't want to spend time with him. But this particular thing is always with you. There's nothing worse scenario than this. And you can't even see him, see the mind. So this is our situation right now. We are spending our time, we are spending our life with a thing which is our worst enemy. So how can be a mind our worst enemy? Like how to understand that mind is our worst enemy and now it's our good friend? How to like differentiate?
Both of this.
Hmm? Both of this. Okay. Anyone else?
When our mind is pulling away from Krishna, that means that mind is our worst enemy.
Okay, it's pulling away from Krishna, but it's making you do something. So what is making you do?
Materialistic work,
Such as,
maybe watching television.
what's the problem in watching television? Televisions are meant to watch. What's the problem
But that's not our true nature, right?
to watch television? I
Yeah.
don't know. I've never heard any description of television in spiritual world. So maybe you are right. It might be not in our nature to see television. But what's the problem in watching television?
Again,
Television is the problem, or something
mm,
else is the problem?
sure.
Hmm?
Not sure.
Not sure. Okay, more on this. It's making you away. It's making you go away from Krishna. Okay, but where it's making you go?
With bhajan.
Yes, you're very smart with bhajan. More. Think. Where it's taking you? It's taking you away from Krishna. It's putting you
Yes.
in a state of bodily conception. Dehatma buddhi. It's making you enjoy your bodily senses. And when you enjoy your bodily senses and you really love spending time in such activities which mind encourages, pushes, reminds you again and again, then such mentality will lower your consciousness, will make you more bodily conscious. And then you will forget you're different from your mind, you'll forget you're different from your body, you will forget that you are spirit soul. And that's why it's very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. Forgetfulness of Krishna makes you go to Maya. This is what happens. Krishna bhuliya jeev bhoga vancha kare. As soon as you forget Krishna, what happens? Bhoga vancha. You start enjoying independently. You start enjoying independently means you're not conscious, you're not grateful that Krishna is providing everything. You think this is I who is arranging and it's meant for me. I'm the controller, I'm the enjoyer, I'm everything. And such consciousness make you more and more degraded. And then you act on bodily level. Whatever your mind says, okay, do this nonsense. Yes, yes, sir. Totally agree. And when do you wake up? When you do all nonsense, you waste your time, you do wrong activities, and then you suffer. And when you suffer, then you realize, oh, ये क्या हो गया? I never expected. I never intended. How it happened? It happened. And the mind makes you lament like anything. So this is what the mind does. It makes you hanker, then makes you lament like anything. But when a mind becomes a demon, demonic mentality, it doesn't make you lament. It makes you proud of doing wrong activities. That's the worst position then. Worst of the worst position then. And I am pretty sure most of us has experienced all of these circumstances. Lamenting and feeling proud also doing wrong activities. A person can kill an animal just to feed his stomach. Who can do that? Taking an instrument and just killing the animal. Can anyone do that? No one, no human can do that. But we see, we hear people are doing like that. How can they do that? Only when their mind is just like a demon. Then only they can do that. There is no other way to do that. Your head will shiver like anything. We are not born to take life. But people do that. Why? Demonic mentality. So in today's time and age, demons are not walking around with ugly faces and long vampire-like teeth. No, no, no. It's all demonic mentality. And this is how you see. They feel proud in wrongdoings. This is demonic mentality. One is lamenting, he's in a okay situation. He can come out of that. Demonic mentality is very dangerous. Very dangerous. And the more you become, the more deeper or like darker regions of hell we have to go. You don't have to go to any other planet to experience hell. In this planet also you can experience hell. But I don't want to share this such things in here right now. But it's there available right now in this world also. So knowledge means it makes you go closer to Krishna. That is knowledge. Veda means knowledge. Vedantakrit Vedavid eva chaham. Krishna is the compiler of knowledge. He is to be known by that knowledge. He is the purpose of that knowledge. So we have to broaden our understanding of our present existence, who we are. That's why the basic of spiritual life is to know I am different from this body. I am spirit soul. So everything when you read after this particular sentence, I am spirit soul, it must be always viewed from this perspective. I am spirit soul. Only then you can understand the teachings of the Vedas. Otherwise, you cannot understand. And the teaching of the Vedas is all about sense control and mind control. It's all about that. Only then you can experience other other things, spiritual things. Otherwise, very difficult. And then your same mind will enjoy spiritual activities. Same mind who was complaining, who was crying, who was arguing. Oh, I want to know this chanting nonsense. What is chanting? एक round हो गया ना? Why 16 rounds? Why the hell you have to wake up early at 2 a.m. for chanting? Sleep nonsense. It complains, it makes you cry, it argues. But the same mind, after practice, after purification, he enjoys and he always wants that. Because mind accepts and rejects. The mind is purified, he will accept spiritual things and will reject nonsense things automatically. And this is what we have to do. Most of us have been practicing Krishna consciousness since many years. So for us to get up early in the morning is normal. Mind says, get up, Baba. He doesn't complain. Like very rarely, like a few times he will complain. And he'll say, okay, we have to get up. Automatically, without alarm, devotees wake up in the morning. Automatically. Why? Because mind is supporting. So the mind is a wonderful tool. It depends as per our consciousness how to use it. That's why we have to engage it in proper way. So this is what is mind all about. So when we are bodily conscious, we are absent-minded. We are like disconnected. We are like a movie where the words are going ahead and the scene is playing little back, not matching. And nobody likes that. This is what happens when you are absent-minded. What means present-minded? Present-minded means facing the reality, living in the reality. And what is the reality? I'm different from this body. I'm servant of Krishna. This is the reality. So when the mind is conscious about that, is focused on that, is absorbed in that, that means you are present-minded. Otherwise, you are absent-minded. And the more you do material activities, more you associate with materialistic conscious people, you get infected. You get infected.
With
That's the
our mind.
problem. Yeah, your mind gets infected and then you also get infected. Our consciousness gets foggy. It gets covered. This is what happens. So I'll share you something like I sometimes like to watch horror documentaries. This, what we say, motivates me because this horror supernatural things are very interesting because they're more on the subtle level. They're more on the subtle level, and it's a totally different thing. So what I saw, like when someone is possessed, right? We know when someone don't get scared. Krishna is there. If you feel something scary, start chanting Hare Krishna when your head starts standing. So what happens when you're possessed? The entity makes you feel differently. It makes you feel that yes, like it makes you feel friendly, and then it makes you do things which you are not supposed to do, but it makes you very comfortable to do that. And the more you give control to that entity, the more it possesses you. The more it possesses you, and then slowly, you just lose the control. And this is what that documentary was all about. So what happened? The demonic or like this negative entity, they enter the particular living the person, and then it made it consciousness to go into a realm like in a dreaming state where he was enjoying all his desires. Whatever he had desired for, all was all were happening true. It was all coming true. Because in the reality it doesn't happen like that. What you desire, you don't get as per your expectation. It's always less or it's never fulfilled. But there everything was getting fulfilled. And this demonic entity was making it more and more comfortable. Oh, enjoy here, enjoy here. He was being called from outside because he was being possessed. He was doing something wrong symptoms. But he was not able to hear because he was so in this enjoying tendency and he forgot the reality. The demonic entity totally controlled the body and then he exploited it like heavily. So when your mind is like a enemy, this is what it does. It makes you think everything is nice. This world is beautiful. Work hard. No gain without pain. Suffer like a dog. Work like a donkey. Only then you will experience happiness. But even though you fulfill all its dictations, and even though you get it, what he made you expected, like expectation it created, but when you get it, still the mind is hankering and the mind is not enjoying that. It's cheating you and making you work again and again the wrong direction. That's why in Vaishnav Bhajan, the mind is Maya is called like a witch which makes you sleep and makes you get lost, and she is exploiting you, sucking your blood. So our human form of life is very vital. If we don't engage it properly, our energy will be sucked by Maya. That's why we have to be really, really conscious. What are we doing? Where are we going? We have to be really present minded. And in this age, the best way to be present minded is by chanting Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. That's the only way. And even if you are possessed or if someone around you is possessed by something demonic, what do? You loudly chant Hare Krishna and clap. It will all go away. I have myself personal experience. It just goes away. And the person comes into consciousness, he says, I don't know what happened. I was totally covered. Totally covered. This Hare Krishna mantra is not for just shooing away like ghost and everything, but it's pure. And wherever there is purity, these impure entities, they don't come around. They don't come around. In London, when we had a temple, and that place was an old church, some old kind of building, and it was possessed. It was possessed. Like the entities there, they were throwing things here and there and creating really disturbance. In front of the devotees' eye, things were falling down. So Prabhupada said, you hold your hands together, you make a circle, and you move in anti-clockwise direction and chant Hare Krishna. And they did that, and after that, nothing happened. They all just ran away. So wherever these pure things are done, chanting of Hare Krishna, Bhagavatam recitation, they don't come around, they don't mess around because you get protected. You get protected. That's why this mantra, when chanted with faith, it affects very nicely. So even though if we are sleeping with our demon mind, it has made us absent-minded. Our real consciousness will be revived, and we will come to reality. So every day we have to do that because every day we have to fight with Maya. Every day we have to fight with our mind because it's been conditioned since like unlimited births. We have taken unlimited births here. That's for sure. Depending on our conditioning. That's why it's a struggle. That's why we get dull during classes. That's why we get dull during chanting. Why? Because we are conditioned heavily since many births. But this Hare Krishna mantra, this devotional service is so pure, it will make you soothing. So don't complain, oh, I'm not getting experience, not getting taste, Baba. At least you are awake. That's your blessing on you. Seriously, you're not even awake. So don't go for this taste. It will come with time. Don't worry about that. You just take the medicine with full faith, sincerely, and then you see the effect. It will be wonderful. It will be wonderful. This is what we have to do. Practicing as a sadhaka this process. Getting up early in the morning, chanting our minimum prescribed rounds, following some respectful which help maintain purity of our mind, then reading scriptures like Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, or any small book, which will inspire you and which will broaden your understanding of the reality. This is what we have to do. And beyond this, whatever the way of life you have chosen, some have chosen as a monk, some have chosen as a businessman, some have chosen as a teacher, as a student. Yes, you do that. But don't expect happiness from that. Don't invest energy by giving up your spiritual duties. This is what we have to be convinced all about. First comes our spiritual duties. This is what we have to give priority to in our life. Life is short. We don't know what will happen when. We don't know will we be seeing the next day. We don't know if this next day will be favorable for us to practice spiritual life. We have just this present moment and we have to make the best out of it. Really have to make the best out of it. So that's why we have to be serious. And this human form is all about to be serious about serious things. The spiritual practice is the most important thing in our life. And without compromising it, we have to do our other duties. And our other duty should not make you more and more entangled, more and more like disturbed in your spiritual practice. It should help you. It should help you. So this is what we have to do in our life. Even though if we might have to compromise on something, we might have to give up so-called our dreams. It might happen because it's coming in our way of our spiritual practice. We might have to do that. So do that. This is called sacrifice. Don't be shy in doing that. Don't be shy. Just do it. Don't worry what will happen. Nothing will happen because you have taken the real thing, which is bhakti. When you are doing bhakti, Krishna is always with you. And when Krishna is with you, why you have to worry? So that faith must be there. And that faith will get strong with your practice, with realizations, with purification. It will all happen. But you have to give in yourself in that. Then only it will happen. And the more you hesitate, the more, what we say, troublesome it will become. So don't just hesitate. Just give your best with full faith, and things will happen wonderfully. And then you see the beauty of Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, it's all hidden. And when you give up, you are very close to your destination. But we will give up so early, so early. So that's why try to be always present minded. Who you are, what am I doing, where am I going, what desires are coming. All nonsense desires are coming. You don't have to reply to all the desires or all the thoughts that come to your mind. You're not bound by that. It will come, it will go automatically. And there's always a pattern in which it comes. So you always choose the useful ones, the positive ones. Not all thoughts that come to your mind are bad, but depending on your consciousness, some the percentage might vary. Some might have 80% bad, some might have 20% good, some might have 60% good and 40% bad, depending on the purification. So we have to filter it out by using intelligence. Is it making you Krishna conscious or is it making you bodily conscious? This is how you have to filter it out. And how you will filter it out? When you are conscious what's happening. When you are in this enjoying tendency, मजा मारेंगे भाई अब तो हो गया मॉर्निंग साधना हो गया भागवतम क्लास 9 बजे तक अब now enjoy. When you start in this enjoying tendency, you get entangled in that, then you become dull. You become dull. Krishna bhuliya जीव भोग वांछा करे निकष्टे माया. Maya is very nearby. And then ji japatiya dhare. She slaps you very hard. She slaps you very hard. So this is what happens. So we don't have to forget Krishna. We have to always remember him. And the more we remember him, the more we are safe. That's why Krishna consciousness is all about getting absorbed in this process of bhakti. It's not about fulfilling the duties. Yeah, initially it's all about that. But with practice, with proper understanding, you have to. It should not be practice. It should be a way of your life. Getting absorbed. Oh, Krishna, wonderful it is. Being more thoughtful then. How is helping in my life? How was my life before when I come to bhakti? It was not good. So how is helping me? How Krishna really uh, assisted me in this whole journey, and how still is he in my life as a well-wisher. So such appreciation by thoughtfully thinking about your life, where it's going, and so many things, this will help you. That's why it's always nice to make notes. Okay, today, how did my life, how did my day passed? What were the thought process? How much was good? How much was negative, disturbing? How I handled it? Where did I went wrong? Okay, I should pray for guidance. uh, how Krishna is always there. If you make the notes, then you will see. Seriously, your life is really beautiful. It's not like others, boring. Other life, people's life are boring. They are really bored. They are bored, like they work like anything, and they will just one day that they get in a week or 2 days, they just want to do like animal things. Oh, enjoy, 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 enjoy. Why? Because the 5 days that they struggle, they want to forget that in these 2 days. And again, same boring thing they do. This is what their life is all about. But you have more than that. Yes, we are part of that life, but we do the needful. Just like a person going to toilet. Yes, toilet is good, but you don't spend your whole day there. You just do the needful, you come out. You know, all these materialistic activities should be like that. You do the needful, not expect, not plan, not make it more elaborate. Just the needful, and get out of it. Get out of it. Then only then you can develop detachment. Otherwise, it's so difficult to develop detachment. Not so easy. You buy an expensive car, and then you have to maintain your expensive budget also. Then you have to maintain your expensive job also, and that expense will dilute your spiritual practice, and that's not welcoming because that's the most expensive thing to play around with. So that's why, with knowledge, which is there in Shastra, it helps you to really, really understand deeply. And the more deeper understanding you have about something, the more committed you become. So that's why this question, why should be always there. Why am I doing this? The more convinced you are in this understanding, the more pakka you will be, more determined you will be. So that's why you have to ask again, why am I doing this? Why? And then it will help you. Okay. Any questions? Any comments?
Yes, I have one